All right. Well, hi everybody. Sorry for the bit of a late start. I thought that I had hit go live when I in fact had not. So I apologize for that. Oh God. I was born in the wrong century. I wish I was alive about 300 or 400 years ago. Definitely not a tech guy. So yeah, welcome to T3Live. Second episode of 2023. And make sure. Um, Sorry, just checking messages, make sure everything looks good. Yeah, sorry for the video. It's my landlords are also doing a online conference right now, so I had to lower the quality a bit. But you've all seen my ugly mug enough. It's my words that are important. Uh, First and foremost, I'm going to say that, last year was probably the worst year of my life. I'm not even kidding. I had the plagues of everything try and take me down, knock my legs out from underneath me. Just little things that just, one right after the other. And I'm trying to figure out why are these things happening? Is there somebody out there who's purposely focusing their intent on me, trying to make me fail? Did I make the right decision in starting two businesses? Should I just focus on teaching and writing or photography? So many different things. And, I had uh, let's just say, in my business life, things got turned upside down, and what I thought my business was going to look like, here, crumbled to dust and is now over here. And I had to start over after hundreds of hours of planning due to some some issues. So, you know, it's been tough. Those of you who are entrepreneurs know how hard it is. I have been frantically typing my schedule in, which those of you who are subscribed to my newsletter should have hit your inbox at 3:30. But I've been typing so much that I literally have blisters on the sides of my hands from my keyboard stand. Just trying to get the schedule up and trying to balance it. So, when you go and read the email and check out my schedule and read my blog for this month called The Way of the Caretaker, which is going to be the theme of the year for me. Um, Forgive any typos, and please let me know if, a link isn't working or, any issues like that. I'm always, uh, you know, I would love to know that stuff so that I can correct it. Um, but I've got quite a few people, endless people I thank for their love and support, especially over the last few months. You know who you are. I know I've said twice now, but last year was the worst year of my life. This year is going to be the best year of my life because I am not going to let anybody or anything stop me from my goal. My goal being, A, lead people back to nature. through the vehicles of awareness, ancestral living skills, wild edible plant classes, through my writing. And my long term goal is to eventually just teach for free. Because, if you are watching this, your ancestors were, uh, your ancestors were masterful at all of the skills that I teach. In fact, if they weren't, you would not be sitting here right now watching this. So part of me feels bad teaching you things that they're literally ingrained in your DNA. We've got all these fancy gadgets, phones, computers, you know, iPhone came out in 2007, the bow drill I got over there, 180,000 years. It's been around, so many thanks to all of our ancestors across the globe, because we are one human family, for just the ingenuity. And every time I practice a skill and make a working tool, uh, I just sit in awe. I'm 44 years old. I've probably taught bow drill to well over 10, 15,000 people in my life. And there are still times when I do bow drill that it brings me to tears. I'm tearing up now thinking about it. The fact that, you go out and you gather your materials and you realize that that tree, that dead tree that got blown over in the storm has been in that one spot for anywhere from 20 to 300 years. And you take that and you put your blood and your sweat and your tears into it, and you make this tool that makes fire, that cooks your food, that purifies your water, and gives you warmth. And I like to think of it as, the fire making devices as just releasing the solar energy that tree or plant being stored throughout its life. But, onto the schedule. So I decided to alter my website a little bit. You guys will probably notice that. When you go on my schedule page now, there is, when you click schedule, there's two columns: online classes and in-person classes. So I'm going to try to keep a healthy balance of both. And the biggest thing is that about this announcement, around the schedule, is what I call the pack system, the package deal system. So I've got things called the 2-pack and the 4-pack. So you can sign up for or register for 2 online classes for a really good discount, or you could sign up for 4 in-person overnight classes and get a big discount, because I want to try to make it accessible to as many people as possible. I've lowered the costs of my webinars by $25. Those of you who are still in the all-in-one, which is the all-in-one package, is all 6 of my webinars. Um, I have ways to refund you the little bit, the amount changed. But yeah, so schedule's out. And I want to ask a favor of all of you. If you've read my previous posts or live streams, I've gotten severely screwed over by social media, and it has limited me in my ability to do effective online marketing. So if you could, please, share my schedule, or share my blog post that just came out today, called "The Way of the Caretaker," with your network. because I'm trying to literally rebuild my Facebook from scratch after somebody hacked it, stole all my money, and I was never able to get my page back. I have so many photos of people who are no longer with us. I had so much awesome stuff in there that'll never get back, and uh, it really sucks that we have to rely on these things to spread the word. So I'm focusing on the word of mouth method most of all. That's getting out there and shaking babies and kissing hands. Right? Did I say that right? No. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, so anyway, on to my schedule. So the thing I am most excited about for this year's schedule, other than this beautiful 12-acre property of old growth forest that I live on as a teaching location, is the collaborations I'm going to be doing. First and foremost, coming up the soonest is my collaboration with Andrea Kreiner from Red Cedar Forest Therapy. And we are going to do a half-day class um, about, using nature as a healing tool. My father and I have been preaching forever about how being in nature is good for you. And now there's science to back it up. So the class we're doing is about, I'm going to teach you things, teach things like fox walking and wide angle vision and how to heighten your awareness, and share some stories about people having remarkable healings just being in nature. And Andrea, my co-teacher on that one, she's going to share the science behind it all. It really is true, that they say just 5 minutes a day outside improves your health uh, quite a large amount. So the more time you spend in nature, the better. In fact, just before I went to go to pick up my dog's food, and I was on the phone with my friend Jesse, who is out here with me this weekend, and he just remarked about walking back into his house after being in the beautiful woods all weekend and how like jarring it is. I remember when I used to work uh, at my dad's school, and we'd be in the woods for 2 weeks straight teaching classes. And the first time you went into a store, you would like run in, get what you had to get, and get the hell out of there because uh, just just being in nature changes your brainwave patterns. But anyway, on to some more collaborations. I think the next collaborative class, other than is with Rick Barry of 4EE, which is an organization, it's a nonprofit down in Nevada City, California. And Rick is one of the most amazing child nature educators I've ever seen. I teach adults. I have a really hard time teaching kids unless they're kids that want to learn. And he's amazing. Rick is just an amazing guy all around. So we are going to be running a class. You'll see it on my schedule as the way of the caretaker, but it's going to be about. He's currently away on a trip visiting a friend, but soon it will we'll hash out the rest of the description, and you'll be able to register for it. Next up, next Another good friend I'm going to be running some classes with this year is my buddy Adam Larue of the Sharpening Stone. Adam is an amazing individual. I'll put links to all of these people I talk about in the show notes. Oh yeah, and I'm supposed to say, don't forget to hit that like button. Uh, so, uh, Adam has a property down in Wolf Creek, Oregon, that is called the Sharpening Stone. And I remember Adam when he came to his standard class, you know, I don't know, 20 years ago, and he purchased this piece of land and lives off grid and has just established such a deep connection with his land and with nature in general that, it's an honor to teach with him. We did this past September, we did a class called Foraging the Waterways, where we did focused on everything about water except for drinking it. So things we can hunt and fish near water. And we did a lot of work with cattails. Cattails, aka the supermarket of the swamp, and part of the big four, because cattails can provide us a food source every season of the year. So we're going to be doing, I know, at least three, if not more, classes together. Everything from rabbit hide tanning using the bark tan method. We're doing a tracks and trapping class because, in a survival situation, and trapping is the most efficient means of gathering energy because it's a passive means of gathering energy. Meaning if I set 10 traps, I can be um, hunting in 10 places at once, and then I can also be out hunting with something else. So I'm multiplying my chances at providing myself with food energy. Another, and yeah, so I think we have two or three classes on the schedule. Got tracks and trapping. Um, what's the other one? What's the other one? We're going to do another foraging the waterways class for sure. The rabbit hide class. We're going to do a mushroom class in the spring, hopefully, which I'm gonna be adding some more dates to the schedule. So the schedule that you see on my website now, I'm going to be adding some stuff in there, but it's the bulk of my schedule for the year. But I did leave some room open to do these collaborative things. And last but not least, and one that I'm honored to be a part of, is the other day I get an email from Tom Elpel, author of the first book that I recommend to my wild edible plant student, and it's called Botany in a Day. Um, Tom has a wilderness university in Wyoming, and he's doing a 2 week long botany intensive in Oregon. And I'm going to be doing some co-teaching with him for a few days of it. And then I'm going to tag along for the rest and do some photography and videography, and also some teaching. So uh, you can get to his website by, clicking the link on my schedule page. The dates on that are July 2nd through the 15th. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. And I'm absolutely honored because, his book is an amazing place to start when it comes to learning how to identify plants. Um, that, that between that and the Peterson's Field Guide to Wild Edible Plants, if you could only have two plant books, those would be the two. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. I'm going to keep tonight short just because I have some other obligations, mainly rest, because I have been working myself down to a nub, literally. I all day, every day, from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed, I am working on building my business. And uh, currently I'm on unemployment through the state of Oregon, and I'm in a program called the SEA, which is for people who want to start a business as opposed to just find another job. And I thought I was able to get benefits until October. Um, and when I spoke on the phone with them yesterday, they were like, no, actually, your last check is the middle of May. So I've got 19 weeks to build a successful business. So please, please, please share, share my posts, share my schedules, share my photography. Especially, that's another thing you're going to see in the second half of 2023 schedules is I'm going to start off with a 2 month long nature photography online class. Um, and it's going to be a really kind of comprehensive learning program on the way I capture the images I do. And then I'm going to be also recording a series of, I'm calling them mini master classes on a specific skill or a specific skill set that you'll be able to purchase from my website and download and have forever. So, yeah, lots going on. There will be, and keep in mind, as I said, there will be more classes put up. I just, if you had to deal with what I had to deal with last week with this one technology company, um, yeah, my schedule would be completely done for the year. But it literally ate up a whole week last week. But yeah, it's been tough, you know. It's been a tough last year. 2022, screw you. 2023, it's all about we. The only way we are going to make it as a species uh, is if we come together as one human family. You'd think after, a couple of tens of thousands of years, a couple of millions of years, we'd stop, killing each other or hating each other because, we don't believe in the same things. Uh, it's time for us to quit that shit. And it's time to come together, do the inner work needed to heal yourself. I've been doing a lot of that lately. I had some stuff I thought I had dealt with, which popped up when my life started to become a bit more difficult. First we need to heal ourselves. Then we can heal each other. The wounds we've caused each other, and then collectively as one human family, we can turn to the earth and say, we're sorry for all we've taken from you. We're sorry for, just thinking that we are the best of the beings out there because we've got thumbs and have all sorts of crazy tools. You know, we are not kings, queens, or whatever of the approximately 9 or 10 million species of things that exist out there. We are just part of a wheel, part of that circle of life, that web of life. Um, and if we have these tools, a tool can be used for good, a tool can be used for bad. You'll see in my blog post I mentioned, the internet, in this device right here, I can access the whole of the human experience and history and out into the universe. But what do most people do with this? They buy things and they look at other people's lives on social media and are bummed out, thinking, why isn't my life like that? Well, those people's lives, aren't any better than yours because we tend to only show on social media the happy, fun vignettes into our lives. We don't talk about the darkness, or the sadness or the loneliness. I've something I've said, to just about every class. In my 22 years of teaching, I've taught millionaires and billionaires and movie stars and rock stars, people that we have put up on this pedestal who have reached the pinnacle of the American dream, who want for nothing. And most of them are some of the most miserable, sad people you will ever meet because they spent their life force accruing things only to realize that the magic was in the journey, not in the goal. Always remember that, the magic is in the journey. It is not in the destination. Approach life without expectations. Do good things for other people. Be understanding, be empathetic, pick up trash when you see it. These things spread. When you start to change the way you act and interact with the world, the people around you will notice it. And we do have the ability to create that critical mass to shift the global consciousness. I truly believe in that. That's what I fight for. That's why I work as much as I do, because I believe in the mission and the vision and my vision. Well, so one more time, I will reiterate, after this populates onto YouTube, I will add the show notes, as they say, and put links up to the folks I'm going to be doing collaborations with and some other thoughts. And once again, if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter on my website, tombrown3.com, I won't sell your information. I don't send out but one email a month. And, help me spread the word, and, help me grow this thing that I know is part of my future, which is future nature, a future where I can provide the information I know to people for little or no cost without being a nonprofit organization. So many thanks, praises, and blessings upon all of you. Next episode of T3 Live is dependent on the weather, actually, because I'm sick of doing them inside. I want to get back to doing them out in my woods office, as I call it. So I'm going to keep an eye on the weather, and we'll schedule my next show accordingly. Until then, uh, stay happy, stay healthy, love each other, be kind, and most important of all is get your ass outside. Until next time, y'all, T3 out.